18th of April. It's Tuesday, and it is 10 past 10 New York time. So this hour, 10 to 11, is called the Silver Bullet ICT. It's one shot, one kill. Find the fair value gap, find the draw liquidity, get in if there is a setup. So just gonna quickly do also a review of EU and the dollar. So buy side liquidity here. Let's go quickly on the daily. So EU tapped into this fair value gap over here, rejected lower, is showing support in this BISI here, this fair value gap. So at the minute I'm bullish on EU, unless we start trading down lower and acting as resistance, then we could head towards this low here, that sell side liquidity here. But for now, I'm bullish on EU. So we train around here at 6:20 in the morning, New York time, 40 minutes just before the New York kill zone, and we have a push above this high here, so buy stops gets taken, drops lower, market structure shift here. This is the kill zone now at 7 o'clock here. It leaves this fair value gap here, trades into this red line here, which is a bearish breaker. It pulls lower, pulls back one more time to retest. News comes out at 8:30. I think it's the CAD CPI. So that spikes through, doesn't close above this fair value gap or above this bearish breaker, and pulls lower into a discounted array, which I drew from this swing low here to the top, and this fair value gap here was my discount array. So yeah, so that's what I saw. Now price is showing this discount array here, pulled lower, breaks above, shows support. It's also taken the low, a high, and now tapped in. So here is a bullish breaker. Let's do this orange. Inside the bullish breaker is fair value gap, so that's the fair value gap you can potentially use here to go long for these equal highs and that buy side liquidity as well. However, it's past 3 o'clock now, so no trading, and trading onto the E-mini futures, which is what we'd be tape reading now. So we'd be only looking at the dollar and the Nasdaq and the Dow as well at the E-mini. So take a look at the dollar now. So if we're looking for the E-mini to be trading higher, then the dollar should be trading lower. So at the minute I'm just going to see if all the three pairs are running symmetrical or similarities. So the Nasdaq's dropping, the Dow's been dropping, and the E-mini's dropping. So this should mean that the dollar is pushing up. So that's low resistance because they're all running the same. So let's try and drag that across. If this acts as support here, this CB, then we can see this potentially going higher. However, now you can see it's pushed up a market structure shift here and pulled into a fair value gap. I don't think it's actually taking that low here. It's just taking that low here now. So it could print into this. If it makes a fair value gap here, it could print into a fair value gap here to go lower. And this would mean that the E-mini would be trading higher. Sell side liquidity been taken. So let's go into the 1 minute. And we'll see potential market structure shift. So yeah, it's in a discount, deep discount. Potential targets, draw from bottom to the top, top to the bottom. This is a premium array. There. Also here, but because this is this top of this candle is in discount still, I'd use this one here. Could go in 15 minutes or 4 minutes. That one there, that'd be quite nice on the free. Let's have this drawn out here. Potential draw liquidity. If you want to run into this inefficiency here. So let's go into the 1 and see if there is a silver bullet trade. Mark out the times. So that's 10 AM. To 11 AM. So you want to just see the fair value gap and the draw liquidity. So yeah, let's just be patient. Let's take a look. So the dollar pulled lower. Let's have a look how it reacts to this fair value gap here. Let's tap into it. I want to see this get smashed through because it showed resistance here. I don't want it to show support now. I want to see it break through this, and then we'll be heading into this 5-minute fair value gap, which I also want to see get broken. There's a volume imbalance there. I want to see this high get taken out for a market structure shift and a fair value gap. As well, this potentially you want to be trading above this as well, or at least candle be closed above this. Yeah, this CB. Just be patient. It's also a 5-minute CB as well. The volume imbalance showing support. Let's take a look at the dollar. Dow, Nasdaq. Take a look at the dollar as well. Go on to say the 5 minutes. If you draw from this high to the low, taps into the equilibrium quite nicely. If you draw it from this swing high, comes to the 75%. There's a fair value up here. Draw it across. Nice inefficiency. It actually gets to the candle there and there. There we go. So yeah, bodies don't close above this. It's nice. Pulls lower into a 75% discount, premium even. Into the 1. I want to see the price trading above this here for me to be confident. There's another volume imbalance. I'll give you 2 seconds to see if you can spot it before I draw it on. There. See if that shows support. price closing below this one here just shows that it's not as bullish as you think. So we're not going to have like a run like this to the upside, or it's not going to be a high probability of that happening. Still supporting this one here though. So let's delete this now because you don't need it because it's closed through it. Just be patient, it's only 20 past 10. So 40 minutes to find the fair value gap, silver bullet. Let's keep an eye. Make sure the Dow and the Nasdaq are moving smoothly as well. All three going sideways, which is not fun. Dollar's rejecting off this fair value gap. We're going lower into this SIBI here. 5 minute where it rejected. So see how it reacts here. With dollar soft, the E-mini should be trading higher. So it's tapped into this now, see how it reacts here. I want to see it just close through there. Don't want to see it play around here because then it will show that it's got support here. And then it could pull back up higher, taking out these highs potentially. Which would then send ES lower. It seems like it's struggling to break through this SIBI here. We actually look on the 5 and we draw it down from there to there. Hasn't tapped into that 5 minute one yet. But for now we'll keep this 1 minute one. Just see how price is playing around. Just want to get a feel for what the market wants to do, what the algorithms wants to tell us what it's doing. So yeah, just be patient at the minute. So once price breaks, or if it does break above this SIBI, this fair value gap, and it shows support, then it would become an inversion fair value gap. Volume imbalance there. Keep an eye on that. Just drag this one across a bit more. And it's volume imbalance showing support here. Again, this tapping through here is just making me less confident that we're going to be heading up to the upside. Let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar's pulling down lower as well. So again, it just could just be a high resistance liquidity trade. Nasdaq is pulling lower. And now so is the E-mini. No trade for me yet. Sell side could be swept here. Sell side's been swept. I literally looked at my phone and just seen the sell side get swept again. What's the dollar saying? Dollar's pushing up from this area here. Nasdaq dropping, Dow dropping. These can be deleted now because they've been closed through. Next yaw would be here. Which price looks like it's already going to take. Yep, taken. After that, we could go here to here. Sell side, volume imbalance, fair value gap. Could be. Who wants to keep falling through? Drop lower, fair value gap. However, for me, there hasn't been any buy side liquidity been taken. But it might want to just pull back into there. That's consequent encouragement. So 5 handles. Would be 76 to 68. So yeah, 5 handles. But that's the full fair value up here. Make it a bit neater. Is there anything else? Is there a breaker? Breaker there. Could be here. But it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Dollar's bouncing up from this area. Quickly just check EU. EU's bounced from this area here. That fair value gap. But bullish breaker. Fair value gap bounce. But we see dollar bouncing from this and EU would head lower anyway. So potentially this could be the fair value gap for the silver bullet. And the draw liquidity is 4168. Volume imbalance there. Price is trading up into it. And it's been taken. So yeah, that would be my full target, to be honest. Gets a little bit lower, wants to get into there. May have already done so. Already has. So yeah, that'd be me done. That volume imbalance where it taps into that before dropping. It didn't tap into this fair value gap, and that sometimes happens. Just think of it like a bus. If you miss your bus, there's always going to be another bus coming along. But yeah, that's why I wouldn't be buying any of this at the minute, because this fair value gap showing resistance. I'll only wait for that to break above, and that confirms that it wants to head up. Once it didn't and dropped lower and took out this low here, then I had a feeling it was going to head lower, and it did. So that's tape reading live again with a review of the dollar and EU. So the dollar's bounced from this area here, which was the 5-minute SIBI at 4:30 in the morning. Rejected, bounced up, retest, pulled up into that 75% discount, or premium even, sold lower, and it showed support here. So it's bouncing again, which then sent the E mini lower. So yeah, cool.